together, get some stuff sorted out. We're finally getting the biggest piece to the puzzle so we can get this thing going. But it is a beautiful day out today. It is 48 degrees and it's supposed to be like 65 or 67, something like that. So pretty close to 70. So it's gonna be a good day. So. So I have got the power box in here. I got to go through a programming phase here, and then we're gonna do a fold out thing. But we got it in the shop now, so got it off the trailer. So got it folded out. We're going through the folding procedures right now. Kind of messing around with it. So we're gonna get this folded back up and back it back into the shop and fold her out and have a nice day. We're gonna start putting stuff together. These are the face plates here, and then these are the mounting brackets for the Delta Force. You guys can see we have one mounted already. We got to go through and measure the spacing between each row exact. So we got a bigger bolt and then two smaller bolts on. And then we need So we started putting Delta Force cylinders on. Now we have these two on each side yet that the frame here is kind of messing with these face plates because these are Deere face plates. Since we're putting John Deere units on here, face plates are Deere face plates as well. So they're not going to perfectly match up on this planter. But the other 10 rows were just fine. It was the ones that are on the inner wings. So we're gonna be putting on a couple rows the mounting for the reveal, the tail arms, and then we're also gonna put the shank on there. All right, so it's the next day. It appears like I'm the first one up here. So Dad had to actually run 40 miles away because he had to pick up a frame for a truck he's working on. So I'm not exactly sure when he's gonna get here. I do have a GoPro, so we're gonna probably hopefully get some time lapses here today. So we got a row unit trying to put together. We had a box on it. So last night we were just kind of getting a rough idea for what stuff looks like. So this is the V drive and this is the V set. And then, you know, these connect to the tubes, which there's a piece of paper in there. It's blocking the view of that. So, I don't want to quite take these out of the boxes yet or the bags yet, because we're already starting to get a lot of stuff out and don't want to lose track of stuff. But these are the Keaton seed firmers that are on this planter. They're a heavy duty unit. I don't know if I still have pictures of what was on our other one. I'm gonna go back and look, but if there is, I'm throwing it in here. But these are the two face plates that we're having issues with that are right by the pivot. So the pivot arms here, there's hydraulic hoses in the way, but as you can see, that corner is hitting frame for where it extends out for the pivot. So this has to be mounted flush onto the bar. So our idea right now is we're gonna grind out a little bit here. I think it's really the top that's killing us right now. So we're gonna just grind out enough that we can take and make this flush, because this is exactly where it needs to be to get our 30 inches. So, because we went through and measured it all out yesterday. So what our thought is for this, can't put the U-bolt on it. So we're gonna cut a little bit out of here out, and this is on the other side as well. And then these holes line up with the bracket, and we're gonna put bolts through those to hold that side of the bracket on. This one here isn't as bad, but we're still gonna have to do the same thing here. But for the most part, it's pretty close to being seated, but we do have to grind just a little bit out on this top piece here. So this is the shank, this is the goalpost and faceplate, and these are the parallel arms, mounting bracket for the Delta Force. So you have this bracket here that mounts to the faceplate, this one that mounts to the parallel arms. And then this is the reveal here, which we can talk about that in a little bit. So the goalpost, the shank, and the faceplate are Deere. And then the parallel arms are GBGI. So this whole setup was ordered through our precision dealer. We specifically went with this frame, you know, to design it how we like it. We wanted to do a Harvest International, but at the time it was, if we went with a bigger planter, we will definitely do a Harvest International. This just seemed like a good idea for now. A new planter was kind of on our list, and this is what we ended up doing. And also to keep costs down too, that Harvest International would have been a decent amount more. So from everything we've heard, this frame is really nice. So I'm gonna start putting the Delta Force mounts onto the bottom parallel arms. These are just the top arms. The short side has to be up, so it's short up on both the bracket and parallel arm. So I'm kind of brain farting from this yesterday, so bear with me here. So alright, so these boxes right here are for these are the reveal brackets. So I am going to get these out because we have to mount the reveal brackets onto the faceplate with the parallel arms. So, and we cannot tighten this up until we get the reveal brackets or the reveal units put on. So, which we plan on doing today. So so all we're gonna do right now is mount the reveal brackets, parallel arms, and the goalposts Once Dad gets back with the Loctite, we're gonna take and put these on, and then we have to put these mounts on for the Furrow Force, and then we're also gonna put the reveal on so we can go through, and before we tighten everything, we're gonna take and make sure all these are lined up and are in the spots they need to be. We went through and measured all of this yesterday, but we're just gonna be sure that everything is exactly where it needs to be. So, but anyways, so we're gonna get started on this. All right, so I've got all the parallel alarms set up. So Jeremy and I are gonna start assembling them now. We got on this faceplate. We're going to get bolts now for both of them. So, and then we got 2 more bolts to mount this. To finish up this parallel arm. We had one couple of them strip out. So yesterday when they were getting started. So we're gonna mount the goalpost on too when we put the parallel arms. We're gonna wait to do the shank because we have to where are those bolts? We gotta put Loctite on these bolts because there's 3 of them that get put in here. So right there to mount the shank on. So but all right, so it's day 3. So yesterday we got all these row units installed along with the reveal units. So these rows here, we ran into issues. We're gonna have to cut this plate off here because we are not able to mount the reveal bracket. So we're gonna cut those off on both sides, those plates. So, and then we'll put these row units together, and then we'll have all the row units and the reveal units on. So we gotta go through and tighten everything up. You cannot tighten these up until you get the reveal units on. Otherwise, you can't get the reveal units on. So we're gonna go and tighten all these up today. Also, we're gonna put the SRMs on. So this here's the SRM. It is basically an adapter that plugs the wiring harness that comes from the planter onto the row. So these are all the ports for all the electronics on the row unit. Alright, so he's grinding the bracket on the other side off, but he got this one off. So he's gonna touch that up then. When he gets that other one done, then I'll be able to throw the rest of that row unit together. I've been getting the SRMs on here, just one bolt. Kind of got quite a bit done here off camera. Figure where everything was at, and we were just trying to get through it, so I didn't pick up the camera. But we got those two row units put back together, and or put together, I should say. Got that all figured out. Got the reveal unit on. So we put all the SRMs on every row unit, and we also put the seed tubes in along with the brackets for the seed firmers. These rows here, we put the depth adjusters with the load pins or the smart pins. So the smart pins sense the downforce that is getting applied to the unit. Gauge wheel on right here before. We can't put them on, all of them on yet, because we have to put the openers on, which we do not have yet. So we are waiting for, as far as we can see, right now we're waiting for openers and then the pins that hold the seed tubes in. And so far that's it. I'm sure hopefully we won't, but I'm sure we'll find something yet. So we did put a gauge wheel arm and a gauge wheel on, and we're all set up for that. So when we get the openers, we're gonna put those in. We gotta take and make sure they are adjusted correctly. Been taking measurements for the fertilizer tank. I think we were originally gonna make a triangle bracket and then mount, because we have the saddle that the tank sits in. So we were gonna just make a triangle bracket for that going into those mounts there. So there's one there, and that one right there. But I think what we're gonna do is actually make a square one, so we can take and, for when we wanna mount a bigger tank, because I don't think a triangle one is gonna handle it. Or a triangle one won't work just with the shape of the bigger tank, so. But anyways, I don't know, I might go put the rest of the load pins in too with the depth adjusters yet today. We'll kind of see how, it is past 5, so we'll see how motivated I am yet. So today was kind of fiddling around getting this stuff patched up and getting some of this stuff laid out and getting an understanding of some of the things we have to do. We're gonna get to a point where it's gonna be really hard to do anything without the openers. But it's starting to look more like a planter now, so that is good. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to set up these load pins here. So there are certain things that I'm not positive on yet, and when it comes to that point, I will let you know what I think I'm doing wrong, but I don't know, I might not be doing anything wrong. But, oh, hello. So here is the load pin. So you got your depth adjuster here. There's this little plate that you have to pull this up. Little plate that you pop in there. It's keeping dirt from getting up into the load cell, because there is a little hole inside there. There is a little hole right in there. The dirt can come up from the top and get down into the load cell. Pop this in and it will prevent that from happening. Yep. So This is the interesting part here. You do have to take a hammer and do a little bit of pounding on here. Get those things in there. So you have your load, so I'm gonna take these tags off here. That off, which is not coming off. There we go. That off of there. So then on the depth adjuster, run it through. Hole in the depth adjuster. It does get a little interesting here. Trying to find a hole on the other side. Alright, there we go. So got that in. Just scoot that over. You'll take the cord here and run it up underneath. There is a bracket that you run it up through in the unit. So you pretty much run it close to the roof of the unit underneath. And just carefully drag it up through there. And we're just throwing them there now. I'm not connecting them to the SRMs yet. So, but there is a little bolt that will hold it in one of the slots here. So right there. But it comes with a bunch of washers and everything. So we want to make sure with our dealer what goes where first, because they don't give any instructions for this. So I'm just gonna leave it like that for now, and then once we get confirmation on what we have to do, if we got to put washers in here, just simply pull them out and put the washers in where they need to be. At that point when we find it out, it might be in the next video, but at that point when we find out, I'll tell you guys what all has to be done there. So anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna install the rest of these here today, and that'll probably be my day. I'm the only one left here. So anyways, well, this video has been 3 days so far, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video putting this thing together. I don't know where I haven't went through any of the video yet, so I'm not sure where we're at. So we might have a lot of video and it might be all over the place. I'm not sure. Got a GoPro full of time lapses, and I know we hopscotched a little bit here. We were trying to figure this out, or we just didn't think of picking up a camera, so my usual. But anyways, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. We have more of this coming, so please like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.